WTOL 11 Sports presents Big Board Friday, sponsored by Ohio Northern University. Your dreams await. And by Charlie's Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Doing it different, doing it right. By Frickers, the home for fun, food, sports, and spirits. By PT Link Physical Therapy. Feel the difference and get relief now. By Renewal by Andersen. Andersen Window Muscle. Local 419 Hustle. By Absolute Mobile Glass. Nobody does it better. Nobody does it faster. Absolutely. And by Schrader Tire and Oil. We keep the transportation industry rolling and safe. Now, here's Tyler Segerman.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome into another edition of Big Board Friday, sponsored by Ohio Northern University. Second round action kicked off tonight for high school football. Many of our first round bye teams getting their first taste of the postseason. Even had some history made on the soccer pitch as well. So we have a great show on tap. Glad you're here. We begin with an NLL Buckeye Division rematch. Whitmer and Perrysburg squaring off for the second time in 3 weeks. Panthers, of course, dominated the regular season finale meeting. Would we see that again? Whitmer Memorial Stadium playing host to this Division I battle. Great crowd on hand. Of course, it's a win or go home scenario as well, which added to the electricity. Yellow Jackets defense starting off strong from the jump, holding the Panthers here to a field goal, but it's Anthony LaRue in the first quarter drilling it through the uprights. That gets Whitmer on the board, and it would stay that way. 3-0 they led at the break. Second half now, it's the other kicker, Braden Heitmeyer, getting Peaburg on the board with a field goal of himself. That ties the game up at 3. Fourth quarter we go, still tied. Whitmer's offense finally gets going. Jamon Holmes powering his way in for the game's first touchdown to go ahead. And then later it's Holmes again, because why not? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Holmes finds the end zone again to add another 6 to the board, and that would be it. 17-3, Whitmer does it again to defeat Perrysburg, this time eliminating them from the postseason. Here's Noel Blumel with more from Whitmer High School.
Same opponent, same field, and for Perrysburg, officially the same result, as Whitmer's defense held them to just 3 points again and came out on top, despite only leading 3-0 at half. And that's precisely what head coach Justin Keller says he's most proud of, the Panthers' response in the face of adversity.
They're used to battling that kind of stuff and battling adversity. And, you know, when you have an offense that's used to scoring 35 points a game like we are, you know, you walk into halftime only putting 3 on the board, you know, you have to make sure you just keep, like I said, keep battling, keep grinding, and you know, play the next play.
We just kept the energy up. We came out knowing we could win. We beat them before, and we just had energy. They were stuck in the box. We were still able to run the ball, and we were two-dimensional. We was able to start throwing it, and we knew the game was over then.
You know, we faced adversity throughout the whole season, but, you know, it wasn't nothing different like this, you know. Us just being, you know, staying focused. You know, that first half, it was definitely bad for us, but second half, you know, we regrouped, we got with each other, and, you know, we had the ball out.
Whitmer beats Perrysburg for the second time in 2 weeks and advances to the third round of playoffs, and they'll face St. Ed's next week. But until then, reporting from Whitmer Memorial Stadium, Noel Blumel, WTOL 11.
Thank you, Noel. Elsewhere in D1, Findlay beginning its postseason journey. The Trojans at home as the 3rd seed, taking on Wayne out of Huber Heights, and it would be the visiting team getting on the board first here with a short touchdown run to put the Trojans behind early, but they would respond. Findlay's defense not letting that affect them here. Wayne going back to the air, but check out Alex Gonzalez over the middle, picking it off, and he's heading the other way. Eventually gets tackled down near midfield. That would lead to a field goal from Grayson Geyser, which you'll see right here. He's going to drill it through the uprights to get the Trojans on the board. However, their season would come to an end by the final of 34-10. Shifting to Division II, Anthony Wayne on the road tonight. Generals traveling to North Ridgeville, seeking to keep its season alive. Rangers, though, not playing ball. Second drive of the game, Cole Miller, he's an athlete, finds a receiver over the middle there to put North Ridgeville up 7-0. Generals, though, responding right back, methodically moving down the field, and then Porter Brungard finding his main target, Cameron Miller, in the back quarter of the end zone. What a catch by Miller there to even the game up at 7 apiece, but the Rangers proving too much tonight. Miller, like I mentioned, he is really good, and he shows you why, powering his way into the end zone here. North Ridgeville goes on to win 42-7, eliminating the Generals.
Well, Anthony Wayne faced a tall task coming into tonight's game against these Rangers. This is a North Ridgeville team that faces teams like Avon, last year's Division I state champion, among some other teams as well. And Anthony Wayne, the kind of season that they had, the season-ending injuries throughout the course of the regular season, wearing them down, but they still fought their way into the playoffs. But tonight they fall short, 42-7.
My career here has been built on the foundation that Coach Bungard started, just with the culture. He from the day he got here 10 years ago, he's created a culture where if you show up, you're gonna give everything you got, and we got 11 guys out here that play for each other, and that's really what it comes down to.
A ton of grit and perseverance from our seniors. A lot of kids playing out of position. A lot of kids having to learn something new. Week 7, week 8, they never quit. And you started to see it against Perrysburg week 9, then you truly saw it week 10 against Findlay, and we joked that week 7 it felt like August. We were putting new depth charts together, we were putting new scripts in place together, and our kids never quit, so I'm super proud of them for that.
So Anthony Wayne's season comes to an end here tonight in North Ridgeville. They end the year 7-5. Here in North Ridgeville, Steve Iwanek, WTOL 11.
Appreciate it, Steve. Henry County, we head to now. Napoleon playing host to Perkins in a Division IV regional quarterfinal. Both programs riding 7-game win streaks into this game. Also a rematch from last year's playoffs. And like that game would be the Pirates on top, and they're going to keep it that way thanks to Caden Lagondo picking it off as time expires in the half. Nearly takes it the distance, but gets tackled. Perkins, though, still leading 24-0. So Napoleon in need of some third quarter magic. Hayden Grohl here on the pitch, and check out the leg turning, pushing his way down the field for a huge gain. Drive would stall, though, on a missed field goal attempt. So the Pirates back in control and with the ball on 4th down themselves. They go to the ground, and Braxton Martin finds his way into the end zone. Perkins advances via shutout tonight, 31-0. Other side of the bracket, Bellevue, fresh off its thrilling overtime win last week in Lima this evening to take on Bath. Closing moments of the first half, snap here botched. Elijah Trzynski then gets the sack there for the Redmen to get into the break, trailing just by 7. Third quarter now, Bellevue down by 14 and going to lose the ball. Bath's going to lose the ball, and there's another recovery there. Great capitalization, but Bellevue unable to come back in this one as they fall 21-0. It's now time for our fan cam. First up, we head to Genoa, where pregame Alex Materni posing for the camera. We'll see those highlights later on in the show. Thanks to Brock for sending that one in. Next, St. Francis traveling to Wadsworth tonight. Awesome moment for sophomore quarterback Thomas Nowajewski, earning his first career start. His dad, John, one proud parent. Knights, though, would lose 34-6 tonight. Still cool to see him get that spotlight. And finally, and unfortunately, our final photo from Amanda Litton, who has been a rock star with this segment all season long. Here is her weekly shot of Gibsonburg and the captain's meeting. Bears falling to Columbus Grove tonight, 28-8. One more week to send these in. Appreciate everyone who has done so this year. First break in the action, but don't worry, still plenty more to highlight, including Central Catholic's trip to Lexington, plus a check-in on Division 5, that and more ahead.
You're watching Big Board Friday.
Thank you, Port Clinton cheerleaders. Welcome back. 2001, yes, 24 years ago, marked the last time a Central Catholic football team played a true road game in the playoffs. Now, granted, that was a short trip against St. Francis here in Toledo, but still paints the picture of success for this program. Fighting Irish putting in a little more mileage tonight as they arrived in Lexington, aiming to continue its quest towards state for Division III. Opening quarter, Irish already on top 7-3 and looking to add to it here. Ollie Baydoun airing it out to Victor Singleton, yes, the defensive back playing receiver, and he's got speed to kill. 51-yard touchdown reception there for the Texas A&M commit. Second quarter now, Central going to go on the ground, and Jeremiah Fuller with an O-line providing the hole. He's got the speed to break through, and he finds his way to the end zone from 25 yards out, adding to the Irish lead. And then finally, first half winding down, Fuller again, this time going to reverse field and cut back with Baydoun leading the way, and he strolls in for another score. Central Catholic all business tonight, 49-18. Irish advancing to the regional semifinals. Here's Chase Bachman with more.
Tyler, Central Catholic did something they don't usually do, which is go on the road for an early round playoff game. And Lexington scored first, but the Irish went on to dominate this game and win it by a final score of 49-18.
It feels great. We come out here dominate on their home field, playoff game. It feels great. Man, it's outstanding. I can't do nothing without my line. We got our energy up, defense, kick returns, punt returns. set a tone.
You had weather today. You have a grass field. You're traveling 2 hours. You have a team that has a ton of great senior football players that we played against last year and knew they'd all be back if we faced them again. It just, some things, seem like they could be stacked against you. We're 6-7-4. They're 9-1. I mean, and to see our kids come out and respond to not having a good first drive, them putting points on the board, really showed what we can do at times, and there's things we need to improve upon still, but I love the toughness we showed, and I love how in all 3 phases of the game we were very good tonight.
Central Catholic moves on to the regional semifinal, and once again they will go on the road. This time they are headed to Wapakoneta. Reporting in Lexington, Chase Bachman, WTOL 11. Tyler?
Thank you, Chase. Tiger Town eager to witness some football after Liberty Center sat on the bye week last week. Junior lineman Kellen Weimer recently committing to the Ohio State University, and his team would come out strong. First offensive possession, Garrison Cruz toting the rock on the end around, puts his foot in the ground, and then is off to the races. 43-yard touchdown. He finished with 4 scores and 256 total yards. Not bad. Next drive, Baxter Barrett on the counter. He too finds a crease up the middle, untouched to double the advantage. How about the defense? Oak Harbor trying to muster up some momentum, which they did so at times, but not here. Thomas Moeller high pointing the ball, snags the interception, and Liberty Center rolls to a 56-6 victory and will host Liberty Benton next week. Other side of the bracket, Genoa, the 3 seed and NBC champions, also fresh off a bye. Comets welcoming in Port Clinton, and it would be the Comets getting things going early via the special teams. Tommy Braun blocking the punt, which sets up Genoa with great field position. They would then turn that into points. 4th down, Alex Materney taking it right up the gut, 7-0 home team. Port Clinton, though, answering back with a long drive, and Malachi Pingleton going to tie the game up right there to cap things off, but Genoa would answer back. A long drive of their own, capped off here. Miles Mollenauer rolling out, finds Ryan Routs in there for the score, and Genoa pulls away for a 35-7 victory. They'll take on Hopewell Loudon next week. Division 7, or not Hopewell Loudon, I apologize. Division 7 we go. Undefeated North Baltimore ready to continue its historic season. The Tigers earning a home playoff game against Pandora Gilboa. Tigers get a huge play here thanks to Luke Long. Looking deep, and then the double move. Pump fake leads to Xander South going up and making a great catch. Nice job by the junior. That sets them up at the 5, and then they're going to turn it into points. Brody Walter, here with the short score, just gets over the goal line to add a touchdown for the Tigers. And then it's back to the air. Long, this time to Walter on the receiving end. He'll find a touchdown there as well, but in a shootout, a lot of points in this one. 63-42, North Baltimore ends up falling tonight. Gibsonburg also in action. The Golden Bears tangling with Columbus Grove in a 4 versus 5 matchup. First drive out of the break. Golden Bears showing their claws. Aiden Morant here with the handoff. He'll get a couple of blocks and find his way into the end zone despite being dragged down. Bears staying alive. Wouldn't last very long though. Late in the 4th, Gavin Barraza taking the handoff to score for the Bulldogs, and their defense would keep Gibsonburg out of the end zone, but just one time as Gibsonburg loses tonight by the final of 28-8. Play of the night we have now reached, and you saw this moments ago, but we're showing again. North Baltimore dialing up the pump fake, which didn't really work, but Xander South said, "Don't worry, I got you." Rising up for a fantastic catch over the defender. The junior listed as an athlete on the roster, showing you why here. Another look, high pointing the ball, then bobbles it on the way down, yet still finds a way to control the catch, helping lead the Tigers to a touchdown, which they would have a lot of tonight. Shout out to Luke Long for that pass as well. Xander South snagging our play of the night. One final stoppage before we wrap this show up. Let's kick it now, shall we? A memorable scene in Columbus earlier today. Those details are next. Welcome back. For the 4th time in 7 seasons, Anthony Wayne girls soccer earned a trip to the state Final Four, yet in those previous instances, never came away with a gold trophy. Well, that is no longer the case anymore. Head coach Lori Williams and the Lady Generals are state champions for the first time in program history. Despite a delayed start in Columbus due to weather, A-Dub defeated Hudson 3-2 thanks to a hat trick from senior Lydia Smucker. Yes, she scored all 3 goals to cap off a memorable career, and to do it on the biggest of stages, simply incredible. Roll Gens indeed. Congratulations to that program. Congratulations. Well, that's going to do it for another edition of Big Board Friday. If you missed any of the highlights, go to our website or our Plus. We appreciate everyone for tuning in. We'll see you next time for our final show in the next round. Take care, everyone.